There are two types of sequences and series that we're going to focus on in Chapter 11. The first one is an arithmetic sequence, and I already mentioned it in the last video. But an arithmetic sequence is a sequence which each term is a multiple, some constant multiple added to the term before. So, um, in other words, if you started with some particular number, your first term is always set. And then every time you add another term, you're going to be adding a particular value each time. Notice in this formula that when n equals 1, this is 0, okay? So your first term is set. Every time n goes up by 1, you get a multiple of your constant. This is called d because it's called the common difference, right? If you take two terms that are beside each other, anywhere in your sequence and you subtract, you're going to get this value right here, okay? So the nth term of any sequence is this first term, which is set, plus your common difference times the counter minus 1. And the minus 1 is because your counter starts at 1, and this thing has to be 0 to keep that set. Okay. Now, when you plug in your numbers, you are always going to distribute here and combine like terms. You always simplify before you move on to the next step of the problem. Let's look at some examples. When you're working these problems, you're always going to be looking for a pattern. So I see this right here. I'm going to start by subtracting. You're always going to ask yourself, am I adding the same thing each time, or am I multiplying by the same thing each time? That will be in the next video. You see here, if I add 3, I get 5. If I add 3, I get 8. Go all the way out. Make sure that you're adding the same value each time. If you are, then there's your difference. You're going to start with A1 at 2. That means your nth term is the starting place plus the common difference with the counter adjusted by 1 to keep A1 equal to this right here. Distribute the 3, combine like terms, and this gives you the simplified form of your nth term. And look at this one. This one goes down by 2, down by 2, down by 2, all the way through. So my difference is negative because I'm subtracting 2 each time. The first term is set. Plug it into the formula. There's your counter offset by 1. Distribute a minus 2. That's going to give me minus 2n plus 2. Combine like terms. There's your first term. Let's check it. If I plug in a 1 for n, I got 10 minus 2, which is 8. When I plug in a 2, I got 10 minus 4, which is 6. So you see how this works. Okay, when we take the sum of all the terms in a finite arithmetic sequence, remember the symbol sigma means sum all the terms. Here you see that I made my counter equal I, and I'm going to stop at some number, okay? Don't get your counters mixed up. This is the counter in this case. This is the value where we're stopping. Say if I'm going to sum the first 5 terms, this is a 5, okay? My counter is I. It starts at 1, 2, 3, and it ends whatever n tells me. Now, the sum, if this is a finite number, in other words, not infinity, then I can find the sum of those n terms by using this formula. It's the smallest, it's the first term plus the last term, and I always look at this as it being averaged, right? If I add the first and the last and divide by 2, I've averaged the first and the last, and I'm going to multiply this by the number of numbers in my series, right? I'm starting at 1, I'm ending it at n. That means I have n numbers in my series. And the small first plus the last divided by 2 is just the average, okay? So you can plug these numbers in however you want. Let me tell you, if this is An even number, it's easy to divide by 2. If this is an odd number, then this is going to be an even number. It just always works out that way, and you will always get exactly what you're looking for, as in a whole number, unless your terms were fractions in the first place. Example, we're going to count up 5 terms. We're going to add them all together. This is the ith term. We usually say nth term, but our counter is I now. Notice that our n is 5. Our first term, if I plug in a 1, 3 minus 1 is 2. Plug in the last number, 15 minus 1 is 14. So I can find the sum by saying n divided by 2, the first number plus the last number. Notice that that's odd, but this is even. So add these guys, 16, divide 16 by 2 gives me 8 times 5, and my sum is 40. Pretty cool, huh? So a really good example of what you can do with this is you can add all the numbers from 1 to 100 or 1 to any number. You're going to take, if you're starting with 1, then there's this many numbers on the list. I'm going to add the 1 and the 100 to get 101, and then I'm going to say there's 100 numbers on the list, divide that by 2. This is going to give me the total of all those numbers, and boom, there you go. Have fun with these. It's pretty limited. The next section is super cool, so get to it as soon as possible.